What use is an F-call? This week I learned a valuable lesson. As you might have heard, I've been working on a magnetic loop antenna. It's been taking a while, much longer than I ever planned. At the moment I'm waiting on some testing tools, some spare time and an idea on how best to mount this contraption inside my roof space so I can make contacts without drilling any holes in the house where I live. I've been off air for some 8 months or so. When I say off air, I mean I've not been on HF for that long. Sure, I host a weekly net on 2 meters and I speak to stations around the globe. Satisfying as the experience is, it's not HF. There's a lot of technology to make that net happen, and one of the big drawcards for me to amateur radio is the lack of technology needed for a QSO. I can speak to anyone I want within seconds on my computer, but it requires that a whole lot of infrastructure is working for that to happen. Computers, routers and switches, numerous networks, cables, satellite links, microwave links, electric power along the way, and compatible software at both ends. For a HF connection I need exactly 2 bits of gear, my radio and theirs. That's what primarily attracts me to amateur radio. So back to what I learnt. Being on air with a crappy antenna is better than not being on air with a great antenna. So right now, along my office is a little wire running that is somewhat tuned to 10 meters and I'm back on air. It's not fancy, but it's cheap. It works, sort of, and I can hear stations calling. I've made my first couple of contacts, local ones, but contacts nonetheless. All I can say is, boy am I glad to be back on air. What about you? Waiting for the perfect solution? Wait no longer. Get on air. Get started today. I'm Onno, Victor Kilo 6, Foxtrot Lima Alpha Bravo.